Hello crafters, I'm JanB and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I'm going to show you how I made this card, which I'm calling a half explosion card. You just open up the ribbon, and as it opens up inside you have like half an explosion. I was going to call this a gift card holder because with this bit inside there, I don't have a gift card, this is just one of my old business cards. You can just slot it in like that. Obviously I've got my sentiment down there, but you could easily put your sentiment up there and then put your gift card in there. So you could do it as a birthday card with a gift card holder in it. Very versatile. And the other idea that I had was to have some flowers on here that pop up. That might be an option for today, I don't know. We'll have to see how we go. So that's my first complete card. This was my prototype really. I did start off doing, it took me 4 of these before I actually mastered all the measurements for it. And the only thing that I don't like about this is I felt that this needed decorating, but this is too bold and too, you know, so I'm not sure what to do. I might leave it blank this time. On this other one, what I did was I stamped some little flowers on there, but it's not very obvious. I'm not really sure it was worthwhile. But, you know, I experiment with these things, I play with them, and leave you the opportunity of deciding which bits you like and which bits you don't. So I'm going to start off by telling you the card pieces that you're going to be needing. I'm using Petal Pink, and I'm going to give you the inches for A4 cardstock users, and I will put all the measurements in the box below, including the metric for A4 cardstock users, and I will work out the inches for people who use letter size cardstock. Okay, all of them will be below the video. So this piece here measures 8 1/4 inches. No, yes, 8 1/4 inches. Yes, that's good. And 11.5 inches. Yes, that's good. And then you need some designer series paper. I'm using Design a Daydream, and you want 3 of your main design and 1 that you can put your sentiment on. And these should all measure 4 inches by 5 5/8 inches. You need 1 long piece that goes across the base, and this should be 5 5/8 inches by 1 1/4. And then I have die cut some rectangles. Okay, so I've done 1, 2 there, I've done 1 and 2 there, and I've done 1 on the back. Now I have used these stitched rectangles dies for these, and that's these ones. Okay, so I have, for these ones, I have used the what I call the regular sizes, which are these ones here, and these are what I call the slim ones, which are these. So you need 1 Petal Pink die number 6, 1 basic white, sorry, die number 5, basic white, die number 4, and then on the slim ones, Petal Pink, which measures, Petal Pink, die number 3, and basic white, die number 2. So if you don't have these dies, the measurements for these pieces are 3 inches by 4 1/4 inches, 2 1/2 inches by 3 7/8 inches, 2 1/4 inches by 3 1/2 inches, 1 1/4 inches by 3 1/4 inches, and one that is 7/8 of an inch by 2 7/8 inches. Okay, and I think that's all the card pieces that we're going to be needing. So we need to first of all do some scoring, and I am going to do my scoring on my trimmer, because when we come to, once we've done our lines down here and down here, we need to score from there, and it's not very easy on my scoreboard to decide where that is. So on this kind of scoring, the trimmer is the tops. So first of all, I'm going to score at 2 7/8 inches. I'm going to take that out, turn it 180 degrees and score at 2 7/8 again. That's on the other end. And I'm going to turn this portrait and score at 4 1/8 inches. And I really do recommend that you actually check the width of your cardstock, because I generally find I have to slice off just a tad to make it 8 1/4. And if you don't make sure that it's 8 1/4, when you fold your card in half this way, one of the bits is going to be slightly over. Okay, so that's 4 1/8. Did I do that right? Too busy talking. Yes, that's right. Right, now we don't need our trimmer for a moment. What we do need is a very sharp pencil, and I start off by drawing a little line in that scored line, that scored line, that score line, and that score line. It's also helpful if you put a little dot in here, but be warned, it's very difficult to erase that dot because it's in a dip. It's not essential, it just helps make my life a bit easier. Right, so what we need to do now is we are going to put some pencil marks along here at the bottom and at the top, and what we need is to make the first measurement at 1 3/8 inches and 6 7/8 inches, which should leave you 1 3/8 inches there. That looks good. So we need that one, one, 2, 3, that's 1 3/8 inches, and 6 7/8 inches, which is 1 3/8 inches. Now we need to do some scoring at this point, and I've got my little silicone mat because it gives a little bit of sponginess there. You could use something like a mouse mat, if you still use one of those. So what we're going to do first of all, we are going to score from that little dot in the centre over to that line, from that dot down to that line, and then we're going to do the same at the other end. Okay, so I'm going to use my scoring tool for this. So I'm going to put my scoring tool on that little dot there, swivel this round, yep, make sure that is still going, oops, yep, yep, that's it, and score along there, and then the same on the other side. Make sure I'm holding this properly. There we go. Turn it around and repeat. So that's that one. Nope, can't get proper grip on that one. I know from experience from the first ones that I was doing, you have to really hold this tight so it doesn't start moving when you start pushing against it to do your scoring. That one, that one. take your time, it's worth it. And then turn around. That's it. Okay. So now we need our trimmer back. Now this video I saw was in French and there were no measurements. It did look as if she had started with an A4 sheet, and it looked as if she was doing her measurements in metric, which, as you know, is not my favourite. Right, before I carry on talking, decide which end you want as your top. Now that one's got a little bit of a rucked up corner there, so I want to put it at the top because that'll get cut off. Okay, but I put my pencil marks the other end, so let's just replace those. There we go. So I'm going to cut from that pencil line down to this pencil line. I think you can see all of that. So let's pop that into the cutting track, and that. Sometimes I hold on to this paper so tightly I can't actually move it. And then when I loosen my grip, it moves far too much. I think that's probably okay. Don't want that one. I want that one. Yes, that's good. So let's do this one. So it's going to be from that line down to this line. There we go. Things have been a little bit messy there. Right, so let's remove our pencil marks. See if I can remove the dot. No, it's not moving. Oh, that one's gone. And there we go, that should be all of them. Sometimes that looks a bit messy, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, right, now what we're going to do is we are going to fold on the long landscape line, and we're also going to fold on the two short portrait lines, all the three straight lines that we scored. So first of all I'm going to do the long one. Now this is where you would find, if your paper was a bit wider than 8 1/4, you would find one of these wouldn't line up. Okay. If that happened to me, all I would do is I would trim off the bit that's the overhang. And when you're folding this over, make sure you're lining up straight, which I'm not. So I'm going to try and manoeuvre this so it will line up straight. Because what you should find is that straight line should line straight up with the one that's going across there. That's a lot better. And then this one. go. And that's lining up, good. Okay. Right, now, if you've got your card like this, where this one's folding inwards, we need to fold on the 4 slanted lines. Now it's quite easy just to very gently bend it so it comes in towards you. Okay, and it means that one will be going outwards. So this one comes in towards you, and this one comes in towards you. So that one's going out. Now you should find as you pinch those together, your card should fold down. Now that's not lining up quite right. Oh, mind you, that doesn't matter really, does it? Because it will get covered up. Okay. And this overlaps very slightly as well, and that won't matter because this is going to be glued down, so it wouldn't be able to move anyway. Now what you need to do is to try and fold these lines, and I can never remember how I do it. There's that one. That one. Now one bit that will be uneven, which has happened on all my cards, so I'm assuming it's normal for it to be uneven. Right, which way was I folding? This way? That's right. Okay, so that is your card folded. I have got a very, very slight overhang there. Can I cut that off? It's ever so tiny. Oh, no. No, I'm not going to worry about that. It really is very tiny. And that bit I'm not unduly bothered about because that's going to be covered up. Okay, so what we're going to do now, this is the way your card will be. So this is the top. Okay, that's a bit where you cut the triangle off. So your top faces like that. So I'm going to start putting my design series paper on the top. Now I'm doing my flowery ones back and front. And what I also need to remember is I want to put some ribbon on with it as well. You might remember I forgot this last week's video. This is the top, so the front. So what I'm going to do with mine, as you know, I do find this grid paper really very, very useful. So I'm going to line this up so that dark line is in the middle. So that's quarter of an inch short. There we go. That's about there. So I'm going to just use some, I'm still using snail, but we now have seal. So I'm just going to put that on there. Take one piece of ribbon and make sure that lines up over number 8. And then I am going to turn it around, line that up, same again. And when you're putting snail on, don't allow the tape to come right down to the edge, because that will be visible when you put your design series paper on top. Okay, so if I put that on there, oops, wonky. There we go. And then I'm just going to make sure that when my card closes, no, you're on the way round. No, you're not, you are the right way round. I think you've actually just got yourself twisted. Never mind. I put that on the wrong side, didn't I? Doesn't matter, I'm just refolding it so it goes the other way round. which is okay. It's no great shakes. That's not working. I'm confused. I really get so confused with these things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate this first. That will help me. So I'm going to put these in with Tombow. If you want to use your seal, that will work brilliantly. You can also use our Terran tape as well, which now and again I go through a phase of liking to use Terran tape. The Design Series paper is from the Design a Daydream pack from the new catalogue, the new annual catalogue. Can't say new catalogue now, can I? Because we've got the new Christmas catalogue out. I wonder if you've seen any of the celebration gifts. I think the Designer Series paper they've got in there this time is absolutely superb. There's one that's a level 2 gift with a stamp set, I think, and that is absolutely gorgeous. The flowers on it are absolutely fabulous. Okay. Right, now I know that is the outside. And I know that's the top. So that has got to go outwards. It's the diagonal ones that need to come in. That's it. Well done. That one out, that one in, that one in. Come on, in you come. Trouble is, once you've bent it a few times, it gets very flexible to go both ways. Okay. Now I'm the right way round. I'm going to put another one up here. That's the top. There is a really lovely petal pink ribbon in the catalogue. I thought that I had some, but I can't find it, so obviously not. But I will put that on my next order because I know that I've seen it and it is so soft. So I don't know why I can't find it. Last week, if I remember rightly, that was a video where I said I couldn't find my corner rounder and I couldn't think of the name of it. And one of my viewers said that was the Project Life one, and she was correct, it was. But I did find it during the week. It was just hiding, as these things do. Okay, so there we go for that. So what I'm going to do, by the way, I forgot to tell you, you need scraps of basic white for your images. Right. It would have been useful if I'd brought some over with me, because that would have reminded me. Okay, let me just get my chair forward again. So the flowers that I'm using come from the True Beauty stamp set, and these I think go really well with this Design Series paper because this is I can't think of a nice name to describe this, but these are very, very relaxed flowers. They're not composed and proper full shapes and such like. And that matches up with this kind of paper. So what I want is two of these, and I think that's it. I'm going to be using the No One Deserves a Happier Birthday Than You sentiment from Flowering Tulips. I'm also going to be using Birthday Wishes from Garden Birdhouses. I've shown you the dies for that. And now these dies are to go with True Beauty. So these die cut the flowers. And that is the one that I'll be die cutting, and that one. And also to experiment with flowers popping up, I'm using that one as well. Okay, I'm not actually going to be doing any die cutting with you because I've done all my stamping, die cutting ahead of time, but I will do the stamping with you. The reason I'm not going to do the die cutting with you, apart from the fact I've actually already done the die cutting, is it's very difficult to look over the top and get the die cutting perfect, or as close as perfect as possible. But these will be put on one side and I will die cut them another time because I will use them for a different design. Okay, so this is Petal Pink ink that I'm using. And for the leaves, I am going to be using Old Olive. And I think I'll be using two of these. Let's pop that one out of the way. Can I get one up there? We like to be economical if we can, don't we? Yep, it's a bit light there because I was going off. But that doesn't matter because they'll be going behind the flowers. Let's see if I can get a good one this time. There we go, perfect. So that's those. Now my other stamping that I need, I'm not going to use Old Olive, I'm going to be using Petal Pink. So for this one, in fact, let me line it up on my lines here. How far down can I come? Okay, this is the No One Deserves a Happier Birthday Than You. I think this will be one of my all-time favourites for birthday sentiments. Right, let's see if I can get this straight. There we go. So I don't need the one that I've already done, that's good. Something else that lives to survive another day. And then it's this one. I made a mistake on this one. You may have noticed that there's a separate little layer there with that happy birthday on it. That's covering up a mistake because that happy birthday wasn't particularly straight. But that one was from a different stamp set. I like the Birdhouses, Garden Birdhouses stamp set because it's a photopolymer. It's so much easier to get straight. Okay, let's come down. Yep, that's good. There we go, that's not bad, is it? I'm not sure it's straight as my other one. Let's have a look. Or maybe it is. Oh yes, a little bit wonky. So are you a bit wonky? No, you are a better one, so I'll use the old one. And just for the record, let's check this one. Not much difference there, is there? No, that's okay. So which was the one I've just done? That one, I think. Okay, so that's all done. Right, so I've also got these up here, which I die cut earlier. And I've got my flowers. I've done more than I need, just in case I change my mind and add something else in. So first of all, if you're going to stamp straight onto your sentiment straight on, which is what I did in this one, the way you can do this, even though you've put this in your card, is if you close that bit and bring that down with your pencil. Is that hiding? Yes, it is. Okay, just do a pencil line down there and a pencil line down there, and when you open it up you can see where you've got to get your sentiment. As you know, I said that I prefer to do mine on the layers, so that it's going to go on there. So let's do that one. And this one, because it's inside my card, I will be gluing it down. I won't pop it up on dimensionals. There we go, that looks nice. So I'm just going to, because some of this will get covered up by this. Okay, just a little bit, but that's okay. So really and truly that looks as if it's going halfway through that diamond, through like that. So we can do that bit. In fact, what I'm going to do, just make sure that I've got it somewhere where I want it to go. I'm just going to hold that bit closed. This way I can make sure that I am halfway. Okay, you just got to move along a little bit. My goodness, I've scrunched that up a bit, haven't I? Oh, there we go. So that's that. If I have any of these left over, I might have something like that. No, maybe not like that. But this is the real fun bit of card making, playing with decorating. So there's that one. That I'm leaving blank. This one is, in fact, one of the things I do when I've got cards that are really very, very determined to stay open, I put it underneath my mat that I'm working on. It won't get it right the way down, but it does help it a lot. Right, so now I've got these, and I want to do my flowers on here. In fact, I could have 3 flowers this time, couldn't I? Where's my flowers? Come back, let me have a look. I think by the time I get the leaves in, that's going to be too much. Or maybe not if you make them share leaves. I'm not worried about this coming over the top. That's okay. I've got too big a gap there. What's that look like from where you're viewing it? You've got a better view than me. Oh, there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Let's do it. So I brought over my dimensionals. Oops. No, we don't want black. There we go. So I'm going to start from this side. Now here's another one where I didn't stamp too well. So I'm going to put that behind, so it'll be perfectly okay. Yes, that's where that's going to go. These are dimensionals that I picked up last week. So much happened last week, didn't it? Now, because this is the first one, it can be, have the whole lot down with dimensionals. Whereas with the others, there's going to be a bit of a hangover, really. Right, let's try this one first. Last Saturday and Sunday, hubby and I had a stall at the Artisans Market in Sutton, the St Nicholas Shopping Centre. That's Sutton, England, UK, sorry. And oh, it was absolutely brilliant. That was the first show we've done for, well, over 2 years because of the lockdown. And we found the people in Sutton were just really, really friendly, and they didn't mind, you know, they were quite happy stopping to have a chat, even if they had no intentions of buying, which was nice. They were interested to hear about the market because it's only been there for 3 months. A lot of them didn't realise that it's going to be a permanent thing. So hopefully I'm going to start having some regular sales of my cards now. You can imagine, after lockdown, I have built up so many. It's absolutely unbelievable. I got 5 boxes of them. Well, I did have 5 boxes. Not quite 5 boxes now. Now I'm trying to manoeuvre this round a little bit. I wonder if that one would go better, and then I could do it lengthwise. No, I don't want you looking the same. No, because you're now going to cover up the leaf, aren't you? Okay, so you put that one there. And then we get that one up here somewhere. So I'm not going to put anything on that little bit there. Okay, so it's that little bit there. When I've put in like a flower where I've adhered some leaves to it, I like to make sure that my dimensionals go over to hold the two together, just in case I wasn't too clever with the Tombow. Oops, I've forgotten which bit I wasn't going to go too close to. I know you're shouting at me. Come on, let's take this one off. I think it was down this end, wasn't it? Let's pop that on there. Right, okay, let's do that. Then I'll work the third one in there somehow. I might have to cut bits off of it, which is okay as long as it will slide under one of the flowers already there. Okay. There we go. Have you got a dimensional there? Yes, I think you have. As you can see, if you don't push your dimensionals down too hard when you put them on, they're quite easy to pull off again. Except this one. This one is breaking up. Do you have a foolproof way of working when you're trying to get flowers done like this? As you can see, I don't. I could certainly do with a foolproof way. Okay, so... oh, there we go. Look, that would be nice. Will you go over there? No, you don't want to be under there, do you? Okay, and then if necessary we can give you some extra leaves as well. Oh my goodness, yes, I like that. Right, nothing there, but let's put a little pencil mark there. Okay. Leaves, shall we do them afterwards? Don't put any dimensionals right towards the edge, otherwise you won't have room to put the leaves at the back there. Okay, let's try that. Right, that is going under there. Yeah. There we go. What will that look like on front of our card? Where's my card? Buried it, didn't I? Oh, it's got to go on a layer first. Oh my goodness, yes, I do like that. Alright, so let's just get those leaves adhered at the back of that one. And then we can put this on the back. Oops, I've got dimensional there. But it doesn't matter, it just pops it up on there as well. Don't know if I should put dimensionals behind those. We'll have a look. Okay, so if I pop that up, then yes, they would need it, save them getting damaged. I think you two will be right. So there we go. Anyway, getting back to the artisan market in Sutton, I should now have a stall there Saturday and Sunday for every first weekend of the month. So if you live in the area, it would be lovely for you to pop in. It would be lovely if you popped in to say hello. Love to see you. That's good. Let's get rid of all these things. And there we go. And then the other idea I had was this, wasn't it? To pop that up there and then there. So when the card is closed, it opens up and that comes up as well. Not sure whether that's a good idea or not, but I'm going to give it a go. So we're going to stick these two pieces down. Yeah, I think I'll do this one first. Just have a look at it, see if you think one way looks better or feels better as it opens and closes. There's no right and wrong on that. Okay, so that one's there. And I don't measure it, I just judge it so that it's lower than where that score line comes down to the edge. Okay, so that one. And then I'm going to pop this on there. No right or wrong way with this design, so that's good. There we go. So I'm just going to try these two, pop them up there. I don't know whether this will work or not, but there's only one real way of finding out. Right, I'm just going to use that piece of scrap paper to blot that. The last thing is I don't want it putting glue all over the place on the inside. And then this one, I really should have done that third one. I might have to go back later to do that. That's on the wrong side. That's the right side, so I want the glue on the wrong side. And just about there. There we go. go. What do we think? Well, it looks quite nice, doesn't it? A nice little surprise. Shall we do a bit more? That might not work because they might collide, mightn't they? If they collide and get tangled. But what about that one? No, no, leave well alone. So there we go, that's today's project. Oops, out you come. I hope you like it, hope you give it a try. As I say, I'm calling it a half explosion card. If you've seen my video for an explosion card, you'll see why I'm calling this one just half. I find this very difficult to tie, so my reverse tweezers come in really, really handy. Oh, by the way, the ribbon I cut off about 10 inches, which is probably far more than I need. I've moved that there. And of course it goes, the bow always goes sideways. But I'm just going to cut off some. I'm going to leave it quite long, but not too long. So I'm cutting off about 6 inches. Oh, good grief. Oh, of course they were 10 inches each, weren't they? There we go. So that gives you an idea of how much that you would actually need. And I'm also going to find some gems to put on there as well. Oh, I didn't do that bit. Let's just pop that on the back. So you have somewhere to sign, put your greeting in there. To find out if I do put more flowers on this, on the inside, check my blog for the day that this video goes live, which will be the 10th of July. Yep, 10th of July. This is Thursday, 7th, and tomorrow is my birthday. So there we go. I hope you liked today's card and I hope you give it a try. All the measurements will be in the box below the video, and I will also put all the ingredients I've used for this one. The ingredients for this one will be on my blog the same day that this goes live, which will be 10th of July 2022. Okay, if you'd like to buy any of the products I've used, there will be links to each product in the box below. But please remember to use the HOSTESS code when you place your order so that I can send you free product when I send you Happy Mail at the end of, well, beginning of August really. And if you've enjoyed my video, please click on the subscribe button down there in the bottom right hand corner, and then click on the bell so that you get notified each time I upload a new one. So many thanks for joining me today. Look forward to seeing you next time. In the meantime, please take care, stay safe, and of course happy crafting. Cheerio.